Happy Record Breaker Training Day. I'm Julie Mattingly here in Glendale, Arizona, and my team will be joining in today watching you guys live. Wish we could all be there with you, Kelly, and super excited that Kelly has asked me to do just a little bit of training on how I get datings at my parties. And so I kind of just wanted to show you just a little bit, just a simple setup that I usually do at people's homes. Over here, I just kind of set out at like their kitchen table or wherever they're wanting me to do the demonstration. So if I was going to do a salsa, I'd get all my stuff out so it looks prepared. Guess what I got in the mail yesterday? Our new Hostess gift stack cooker in the holiday red color. So excited about that. So I am going to be making a cake today as well. So I went ahead and got that out for people to look at. It's kind of nice to have your demo stuff out and ready to go as people are walking in. It gets the curiosity up and going. I usually always have my Tupperware tablecloth out. If you don't have one, no big deal. But I also always have this sitting out. This is my little friend. I just bought this on, I think I got it years ago at Amazon. It's just a little display. And I always have the Where Will the Party Take You, the Say Yes offer sitting out. And then on the back of it, I have the Confident Start program. And the reason that I do this is because you never know who at your party is coming and is thinking maybe about being a Tupperware consultant, or we may interest them by what we have. So I always have the kind of Say Yes offer kind of sitting in the background for people to, and you know, showing our kit and everything. And then if somebody is really interested in and starts talking to me about it, I'll kind of turn it over and show them, look what you can earn in your first 13 weeks. So a little bit of my setup here. Depending on the house, I'm pretending this is kind of like a crowded little small house, so I kind of have everything together. But normally I would put my dating bags in the living room where I'm going to talk about different products after my demo. And every time someone walks in the door, I greet them. You don't have to have a nice hard back board, whatever you call this. I happen to have some of these, and I think they're nice to write on. You can get them at Office Depot or whatever with our discount for Tupperware, but I like to have something firm for people to write on, but you don't need to have that. But the thing is when everybody walks in the door, I always greet each and every one of them, introduce myself, say welcome, and then I hand them their little packet of stuff to get ready for the party. Because while we're waiting for people, there's always people late. It gives them a chance to start looking through the catalog. So I put a catalog or a brochure. I'll even slip in like a little host a party. I made these little cards up that say host a party and earn a shopping spree. So I kind of just stick those in for fun to kind of start planting the seed. And a pin in an order form, of course. And in the background, again, planting the seed with the Say Yes offer. So this is just kind of like a little thing that I hand out. You could just simply hand out the catalog with the brochure, but just make sure you're always welcoming your guests. And I always have my party bag setting out. I started doing this about probably 3 months ago after I was having trouble getting datings at my parties. And I believe maybe Kelly was the one that gave me the idea. I can't quite remember how I got the idea, but whoever gave it to me, God bless them, because it's really worked for me. So my goal is to try to get 2 to 3 parties or 2 to 3 datings at every party. And so I always have 3 party bags setting out. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. I go to the dollar store like once a month. I'll pick up the number of bags I need for my party that I'm doing for the month, and then I do get all different shapes and sizes, and I just put a prize in there. So basically dollar store tissue, and I'll put something in there that's maybe $10 to $15. You don't want to just put something you know, like an orange peeler, because if they pull that out and the next person that's in the room's going, oh, well, I'm not going to go through the trouble of dating a party for an orange peeler, even though the orange peelers are cool. So I always try to, maybe it's a sample, something left over, that's not available any longer, or whatever, if you have something extra in stock. For instance, in this one, I just put the little mini impression set. And here's the thing, when they pull this out, the person that's sitting there thinking about, oh, is it worth it for me to date a party, is like, cool, there's cool stuff in this bag. So it's worth to them, usually, to pick a bag. So here's what I say. I tell them at the beginning of the party, and I tell them when I'm done speaking, before people are going to start ordering, I remind them again, I have 3 party bags here, and if you date a party tonight, or if you sign up with me as a consultant, you get to take one of these bags home. I always have people going, what's in the bag? What's in the bag? It's a surprise. It's a piece of Tupperware. For some reason, people love the element of surprise. I tried before this just having like a few gifts set out, showing the actual gift, and you know, I would get datings, but not like this. I very rarely go home with a bag, which means I'm dating 3 parties at every event that I do. So, you know, it's an average of 2 to 3 parties at every event I do, and that's worth it to me. So, let's see. I also sometimes, depending if I'm running late, will do something like, if I wasn't able to get party bags, you could do something like this where you tie a keychain to the straw and then roll up a piece of paper in there and say, oh, if you, you know, date a party, you get 10% off your order tonight, or free shipping, or something like that. It's just being creative. So whatever you want to do, you don't necessarily need to use the party bags, but just think of something creative that's going to cause interest in people wanting to date a party. When I'm at checkout, this kind of goes with dating a party, so I'm just going to kind of go over to my little checkout area. I'll usually find like a little nook corner somewhere where I'm out of the way after I'm done doing my demo of my food, and then I've talked about some of our products, answered questions. Then I'll usually let them have the time to mingle and look through the catalog, and I'll always say, I'll be over here if you have any questions, and when you're ready to fill out, complete your order, I'll be here to add it all up for you. I never say, if you want to take a book home, sure, and you can, order later in the week, that's great. I always say, when you're ready to place your order tonight, because that firms up in their head, they're going to place an order tonight. You kind of sounds like a little bit of a psychological game or whatever you may call it, but I found that if you leave the door open for people to say, I have a lot of people that say, can I take a catalog home and talk to my husband about it? I'll always, let people take catalogs home, but I usually say, well, we're going to try and close the party tonight because the other people that order, they're going to have to wait on their products if they're waiting on you. So let's go ahead and get an order for you tonight, and then if you want to add stuff later or do your own party to earn some of that free stuff, great. So kind of just put those messages in there. We started doing something called cash and carry. I asked my hostesses if that's okay with them. Usually they're ecstatic. And I have this at my checkout. And so if somebody is placing an order or dating a party or becoming a consultant, they get to choose from the cash and carry, and then they can get one item. So you can either price them, or you could say they could get one item at 50. I had some of these priced for like a sale, but if you could say you get one item in the basket for 50% off. That's always really cool. And then I leave my bags here so I can bag it up for them, and they get a little prize to take home with them. Everybody always, says, do you have that in stock? Do you have that in stock? We don't really want to do a whole bunch of stuff in stock because that's taking away from the